What's up, everyone? So today we are doing a reading for who is talking about you right now. So who's talking about you and what are they saying? I'm almost through all of my requests. Thank you guys so much for continuing to request readings. I really, really appreciate it. I think it's really, really awesome to have that level of feedback for the readings I do, because the readings are for you guys, so I want you to want to watch them. Anyway, as I was saying, we are going to be doing a reading for who is talking about you and what are they saying. So we're going to have 4 piles. Pile number 1 is going to be the 2 of spades. Pile number 2 is going to be the King of clubs. Pile number 3 is going to be the King of diamonds. And pile number 4 is going to be the King of hearts. All right. And 4 are, oh, we've got a card from every suit. 3 kings and a card from every suit. That's so much fun. Anyway, for our collective, we've got the 5 of spades. So I'm hoping that this came out for the collective because it's not something that we're going to get as clearly in the piles. But you guys are some heartbreakers. I feel like I've said that before. The 5 of spades is indicative of 5 of swords energy. So there are people who are talking about you who you guys have burnt in the past, who, or specifically, who feel burnt by you guys in the past, basically. People who are very, very sad that they no longer have access to you and to your energy anymore are talking about you guys. And I'm getting losing energy, which sounds so mean, but it's the energy. These are people who lost. They lost a fight with you. They lost some kind of debate with you. They lost you in their life, and that's why they're talking about you right now. All right, and for the piles again, we've got pile number 1 with the 2 of spades, pile number 2 with the king of clubs, pile number 3 with the king of diamonds, and pile number 4 with the king of hearts. Putting the kings aside for now, we're going to get into pile number 1 with the 2 of spades. Now, 2 of spades is 2 of swords energy. I'm getting 2 things off that already. 1, this is someone who's waiting to speak to you. I'm getting that this is someone who's giving you space. 2, for some of you, this is more than one person. This is the only pile that did not have a court card coming out. And it's a 2 on top of that. So there's a definite chance that we're going to get more than one energy coming through on this pile. Regardless, however, I am getting that this is somebody who is waiting or giving you space. I'm getting that they're waiting to reach out to you. They're giving you space. You've been on their minds recently, though, which is why they're talking about you right now. This is a respectable energy. I'm getting that for a lot of you, this person is someone you'd consider to be your friend. If not someone you'd consider to be your friend, someone who you would consider to... That was so odd. Three different reverse cards off the cuff just when I was like splitting the deck, and I usually don't look at the deck when I split it. Yeah, this is someone who is definitely holding back their energy from you right now. I'm getting that they're doing it specifically because they are trying to give you some time and space, though. You might have been recently going through stuff that has led this person to believe that you need a little bit of time and a little bit of space. I am definitely getting that this person cares about you, though. They care about you. For most of you, this is going to be a friend. This is very friend energy. For some of you, this is something a little bit more than friendship. A little bit more than friendship, but a little bit less than like a full-blown romantic relationship. Obviously, this is somebody who's currently giving you some space. The closest thing to a romantic relationship, like a full-on official romantic relationship, would be something more like a situationship. Something a lot, I was going to say a little, but a lot, I guess, more casual. If that's the case, this person might be giving you space because of a discrepancy. Like, if this is someone who you are in a situationship with, they're giving you space as the relationship figures itself out, basically. They're trying to figure out how they feel about you. They're trying to see how you feel about them. They're trying to suss stuff out, basically. That'll only be for some of you, though. This is definitely friend energy for a lot of you. And for some of you, this is someone who is like a long distance person, like someone who doesn't live near you. For some of you, this might be someone who you've never met before, like an online friend, or someone who you communicate mostly with through social media. I'm getting that this is someone who usually gives very good advice, though. Whether you have gone to them for advice or not, they have a reputation for giving good advice. They've got a solid head on their shoulders for the most part. All right. What more can we know, please, about who is talking about you right now? Who is speaking about you right now? I'm seeing the Two of Wands in my head. This person's going to reach out to you soon. Regardless of how long they've kept their energy back from you, this person is going to reach out to you soon. I'm getting that they might be a little bit worried about you because they haven't heard from you in a second. Again, this is someone who cares about you. They definitely care about you. And the reason why they've been holding their energy back, regardless of what your situation is, regardless of what your relationship is, it's been at least partially for your benefit as well, at least from their point of view. They don't think that they're being selfish and holding their energy back. Yeah, the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups and the Knight of Wands. The Three of Cups is the friendship card. Three people choosing there, right? They definitely feel like this is a communal good, that there's been a little bit of separation there. The Knight of Wands coming out, though, the Knight of Wands is the most adventurous of all the wands, and the way that he's lighting the light there, they're going to come to give you a message soon. I am getting like a text message or a message on social media. Again, for some of you, this is going to be someone who's like a long distance person, someone who hasn't really been in your life up close a whole lot. All right, what more can we know, please, about who is speaking about you right now? Who is talking about you right now? For some of you, this is a childhood friend, like a friend that you haven't spoken to in a second. Someone who has been thinking about you recently because they are going to go looking for you. That's where the social media energy is coming in. They're going to go looking for you on social media because there's been this separation for a long time. And we've got the High Priestess coming in strong to let you guys know that whoever is on your mind, if there is someone who is on your mind, someone who has been coming to mind specifically with all of these clues, or just been coming to mind specifically as you've been hearing the reading through, that is likely the person who is that is likely the person who's talking about you right now. This intuition is definitely coming out more strongly angled towards you than towards them. This is a sign that your intuition has been very on point right now. If you have been having trouble sleeping at night, or if you've been having trouble focusing on your work or remembering things lately, you've been There's a sense of like energetic crossings here. Like you have been so strongly on someone else's mind, and frankly so strongly in somebody else's mouth. Like they've been talking about you and your name has been on their mind and in their mouth so often that their energy is kind of mingling with yours, especially at night. I'm getting especially at night, especially if you've been having trouble sleeping. I'm seeing like Nine of Swords energy. And we've got the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups and the High Priestess, this is a lot of water energy so far. The Knight of Cups is also a romantic. For a lot of you, regardless of your situation with this person, regardless if it was ever romantic at all, this person has some romantic feelings for you. For some of you, this is going to be more of a puppy dog love sort of thing, like something like heart-eyed and bright, you know what I mean? There's definitely something very, very cutesy to this kind of romantic energy. Like they want to be fun, they want to be playful. This person wants to approach you with like, not necessarily an option, but they want to approach you in a way where they can guarantee that you will respond to them, basically. Like they want to put their best foot forward. They want to impress you regardless of how long you two have been separated. They're really looking to impress you when they do approach you and when they do finally go to offer you that cup. And the Tower energy coming out strong at the exact center of your 5-card spread. The Tower energy speaks of, especially between two people who, if it's not talking about an argument or ground shaking in that way, it's talking about attraction. This person is very, very, very attracted to you. And the kind of attraction that they have to you is very emotional. The Cups energy coming through strong, right? It is very emotional, but more so than emotional, it's very physical. This person is very physically attracted to you. We're talking ground shaking attraction here with that Tower energy. We're talking put off their game energy. With that Knight of Cups energy, I'm getting that this is someone who usually has game too. Like this is someone who usually is very good at getting to people. Very, very good in the romantic sense. But you put them off their game. You definitely put them off their game. It's why they are being so finicky about approaching you correctly, I'm getting. They want to put their best foot forward with you specifically because they don't totally know how you're going to respond to them. At least not with as much confidence as they'd like. There's this energy here of like someone who's very used to playing the game. Someone who's very used to being around other people, someone who's kind of a natural flirt. Like definitely this energy here of someone who is usually not very shy, let's say, with people who they're attracted to. But there is something about you that puts them off their game. There's something about you that gets under their skin in a little sort of way. And it is making them, it is, to say the least, it's making them pause before approaching you again or before talking to you again. The Lover's card. This is someone who's very attracted to you, and it's so interesting too because I don't think that they have been very upfront with that yet. With the High Priestess and the Knight of Cups energies starting the reading, I don't think that they've been very upfront with you because they seem to, the Knight of Cups is offering something. Like they seem to believe that when they approach you again, it will be to offer you something, likely to offer you a different kind of relationship than what they had with you before. Because again, I'm getting more friendship energy than anything else. Initially, I was getting much more friendship energy than anything else. There's this energy here that they would like to reevaluate the relationship that they have with you. And because their intuition is not quite as sharp as yours, they aren't quite sure how you will respond to that. The Tower energy at the exact center of the spread also indicates the fact that this person would be rather devastated if you were to turn them down. yeah, they'd be rather devastated if you were to turn them down. The Lover's energy indicates that they believe that you are their perfect match. Like, and that is what I'm getting to, like perfect match energy. This is someone who, again, I'm getting has played the field. Like they have experience under their belt. They do not lack experience. But you are different. You just are. And they have enough experience at this point to be able to say that comfortably, I'm getting. Like, they know that you're different, which is why they're putting in so much effort here. Getting that this person isn't necessarily low effort usually, but they're used to having things handed to them. This is someone who is, they're not used to having to work for relationships like this. I'm getting, they're not used to having to wonder how a certain person will feel about them or not. And we've got the Hanged Man. And right now, they don't know what to do. They haven't approached you yet because they don't know what to do. They definitely will. This person will for sure approach you. I do not believe that they will be able to stay away. They will for sure approach you. But there's definitely a sense here that they feel like they're in limbo. Like, they want to approach you. It's not even like it's a hermit energy sort of thing. Like, it's not that they are staying away from you because they're shy or because they are, or even are nervous. Like, I'm not even necessarily getting nervous here. This isn't that kind of person. This is someone who, instead of nervousness, what it is almost perfectionism. They want to do this right. They want to approach you right. They want to impress you correctly. Like, they want to do this right. And they're holding themselves back right now because they're not totally sure just yet what right means. Yeah, and the Moon card at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, they're very stuck in their own head. This person is very, very stuck in their own head about you. They're talking about you because they're looking for advice about you. I don't even need to pull cards necessarily to get that. Like, they're talking about you to the people in their life right now because they're looking for advice about you. If we were looking for 4 major arcana cards with 1 court card, this person feels so strongly about you. It's so interesting because I'm getting that, like, they want an entirely new relationship with you. Like, I'm not getting that you've had any kind of relationship like what they want with them before. Like, even the closest to the kind of romantic relationship that they would want would be a person who you've had like a situationship with before. And even then, again, I'm getting that it was really casual. I'm getting that this relationship that you had with them was really casual. It wasn't something super, super intense. At least not to the level that they are feeling right now, because they feel very intensely about you. Oh, that's what I was saying. If we're looking for signs, for hints as to who this person is, or validation as to who you're thinking about, there are 2 separate Pisces cards on the table right here, with the Knight of Cups and the Hanged Man energy. The High Priestess is Moon or Cancer energy. The Tower is Mars or Aries energy. And the Lovers is Gemini energy. Lots of water energy, though. Definitely lots of water energy. So this person is either a water sign, has water signs very heavily in their chart, or is very, very well tuned with their emotions. Maybe not so well tuned with like other people's emotions. I'm getting that this person might have issue like reading other people sometimes. At the very least, they're having trouble reading you. But yeah, lots of water. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Scorpio is also, yeah, all three of the water signs are on the table. That's what was trying to jump out at me. Cancer, both of these are Pisces, and the traditional, like old school Scorpio is ruled by Mars. Before Pluto was involved with this, old school Scorpio was actually ruled by Mars. So definitely water, definitely water. This is a person who either has water signs heavily in their chart or is very, very in tune with their own emotions. Someone who is not afraid of their own emotions. Which is part of why why they can talk to other people about you and be honest about what they're thinking about you, honest about what they want to say about you, is because they're used to being in their emotions. Like, they can have comfortable conversations with the people around them about this kind of thing. They're not uncomfortable speaking about their emotions. And they're not uncomfortable with other people knowing their emotions either. This person's very comfortable in their own skin. All right. What more can we know, please? What more can we know, please, about who is talking about you right now? Who is talking about you right now? And what are they saying? They're saying you're complicated. This person's saying that you're complicated. In a good way. Definitely in a good way. I'm getting that this is someone who likes complexities with that Gemini energy coming out. This is somebody who likes complexities. They like complicated people. They like the fact that you surprise them, that you catch them off guard, that you're different. Like, they like all that about you quite a bit. All right, and we've got Seal. Adventurous, adaptable, loves the cold. Specifically, I'm getting loves the water more so than cold. Adventurous and adaptable. This is definitely someone who would want to impress you. This is someone who wants to impress you. This is someone who really, really wants to impress you. And I'm getting this is the kind of person who would, like, take you on, like, scenic dates. If you were to go on, like, an outing with this kind of person, they would want to go out. They would want to do new things, see new things, have adventures with you. All right. What more can we know, please, about who is talking about you? Who is talking about you, and what are they saying? This person's not sure if they deserve you or if they're good enough for you. Maybe deserve you is not what came to mind. Good enough for you is specifically the phrase that came to mind when I was thinking right then. This person is not sure if they're good enough for you. They're asking for advice in that kind of capacity as well. What more can we know, please? About who is speaking about you, and what are they saying? Who is talking about you, and what are they saying? We've got coughing, shy, dislikes conflict, strong constitution. Specifically dislikes conflict pops out there. Again, I don't think that this person's very shy, but I do think that this person is very, very happy-go-lucky. I don't think that they like bad times. I don't think that they stick around for bad times. This is definitely someone who's in it for fun. They like fun, and they're definitely someone who they're not looking for conflict with you at all. I'm getting that that might be, like, the number one, like, red flag about this kind of person. This is not someone who likes to argue. This is someone who, they will do a hell of a lot to have peace surrounding them. Like, they'll put up with a hell of a lot to make sure that their area and their environment is something that they want to be in. And we've got Geodude, kinder with age, fitness enthusiast, strong. This is someone very athletic. And I'm getting specifically, this is someone with an athletic build. Regardless of what that means with their body, this is someone who looks like they're healthy and looks like they are rather athletic. This is also probably someone who enjoys like physical fitness. Like this might be someone who really needs to work out their energy when they're upset or when they're frustrated or when they've got any kind of excess energy going on. This might be someone who like wants to go for a run or wants to go to the gym, something like that. And Paris, excellent cook, good medic, caretaker. I'm getting wifey material. Regardless of how this person identifies, I'm getting wifey material. This is definitely someone who they want to be the ideal partner. They definitely want to be the ideal partner for you, but I am definitely getting that this person takes pride in those kinds of skills that they have. I'm getting like sewing, cooking, cleaning, medical work, anything like that, like caregiving. This person takes a lot of pride in their ability to do those kinds of things. And we've got Squirtle, team player, fun-loving, and cool-headed. Squirtle also reminds me of what we were seeing with Seal in the Water, too. Again, this is definitely someone who likes to have a good time. This is someone who likes to party. They like to... I'm getting someone who doesn't have a hard time putting themselves out there. Again, this is someone who doesn't have a hard time meeting people, doesn't have a hard time getting like romantic interest. I'm getting that's why you put them off their game so much. They're very used to having everything being very lighthearted around them. They're very used to keeping everything very lighthearted in their area around them with the people that they're around. The amount of depth that they feel for you, especially since this is someone who has been out of your life for a second. For some of you, it won't be a long second, but this will be someone who like isn't regularly in your life right now. The amount that they feel for you is staggering to them. They will for sure be contacting you at some point because they won't be able to stay away for very long. That's what they're talking to people about right now. They're trying to get as much advice as they possibly can before approaching you and seeing what you've got to say about them. All right, loves, that is what I've got for you. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope it was fun. I hope it was enlightening. I will see you next time. Bye. All right, and we are on pile number 2 with the King of Clubs. I keep wanting to say the King of Wands. I don't know what it is about the club suit, but I always want to call it the wand suit. The King of Clubs is indicative of the King of Wands energy, so we're talking Leo energy right now. Regardless of how this person identifies, this is someone very extroverted, someone who doesn't mind being the center of attention, someone who can maybe at their worst be a little bit vain. Definitely someone very talented though, and for most of you, someone who is aware that they're very talented. I'm getting someone very nice though, like someone very kind. Maybe not so much nice, but definitely kind. Very sunshiny. All right, what more can we know, please, about who is talking about you? Who is speaking about you right now? And what are they saying? I'm getting someone athletic. If not so much athletic, someone who would consider themselves to be physically fit, or someone who you would consider to be physically fit. If not so much physically fit, then this is someone who is active, like someone who likes to go out, likes to do things, hiking, playing pickup games at like the Y, stuff like that. Yeah, the Knight of Wands. Definitely someone who would consider themselves to be, or they might not consider themselves to be physically fit. I need a little bit more information on them thus far. I don't want to lean too hard into the Leo vain aspect without proof yet, because I'm not getting the vibe that they're overly vain yet. I am, however, getting the vibe that on their worst days, they might be a little bit stuck up. But that Knight of Wands energy definitely points to someone who is young, someone who is fun, and someone who is active and would consider themselves to be adventurous. Now that I've said all that about the vain thing, this person is going to turn out to be extremely vain or something. All right, what more can we know, please? What more can we know, please, about who is talking about you? Who is talking about you right now? And what are they saying? All right, and we've got the King of Cups. Now, King of Cups is Scorpio energy. This is someone very intense. Scorpio, Leo, two kings. This is someone very intense. Regardless of how they identify, again, this is definitely someone very extroverted. Even if they would consider themselves to be introverted, this is someone who has no problem talking to people, no problem being the center of attention, no problem having everyone in the room turn to look at them. Like, this is definitely someone who has a level of magnetism to them as well. Scorpio is very magnetic energy, and so is Leo in its own, in an entirely different way. Like, this person is extremely magnetic and can draw eyes from all over the room. Water to fire with the two kings as well, right? This is someone who draws attention from lots of different sources. And someone who's very complex. Definitely someone who's very complex. I'm getting with two kings, it is hard at this point. I said it before. This is someone who at their worst can be a little bit vain. But I'm getting that they have reason to be. Like, this is someone who, what's the best way to put this? Refuses to humble themselves. Someone who values themselves, someone who knows their value and knows their worth, and doesn't like to have that downplayed, doesn't appreciate having that downplayed. This is definitely someone who respect means quite a bit to them. And they do not take kindly to people disrespecting them if that's what they feel is going on. This is someone who enjoys being in control of themselves and takes pride on their ability to control themselves. I'm getting that this could be someone with a little bit of a temper, but it's not something that most people would know. This is someone who, again, really, really values and prides themselves on their ability to control themselves. This isn't someone who would just willy-nilly show their emotions or show how they're feeling to anybody, you know what I mean? This is definitely someone who, at their worst, keeps a stoic face because they don't like people seeing what's going on in their head, and they don't like people seeing whether or not things are affecting them. Very strong. Someone of very strong emotional fortitude, emotional and mental fortitude. And the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, definitely someone very talented. Definitely someone who's very, very talented, regardless of what that talent is, regardless of where they put their energy into. This is someone who has a lot of skill at what they do, and someone who enjoys doing what they do as well. And someone who, with the two kings energy, they get respect for what they do as well. People respect them. I'm getting that this is someone who, there are people who would like to be this, like there are people who would like for this person to be their mentor even. Like, they're very good at what they do, and they are well known for being good at what they do as well. And the Five of Wands coming up at the exact middle. This person considers you to be a I'm not going to say rival or opponent, but this person considers you to be competition. They find you to be their competition. There's no other way to put it. The Five of Wands is the Five of Wands is more a play fight than it is a real fight, right? That's why it's indicative of competition energy. This is someone who respects you. They definitely would only feel competitive with a person who they respect. This is not the energy of someone who is a poor sport in that kind of regard. They definitely like to win. They definitely like to feel like they're winning. And I don't get the energy here that you are competing with them. I'm getting a pretty clean cut energy that this person finds you to be their competition and finds you to be their rival in some manner. They take a lot of pride in what they do is what it is. This person takes a whole lot of pride in what they do, and they see that you have natural talent. If it's not natural talent, it's it seems very natural to them, to this person. It feels like you don't have to work for your talent in the same way that they have to work for their talent. The Eight of Pentacles is the card of perfecting your craft. The Three of Pentacles is actually the card of having people look up to your craft, right? This person definitely with the King energies has people who look up to them, but they don't feel like they have mastered their craft yet. They have yet to hit a point where they're comfortable saying that they've mastered their craft. They're comfortable saying that they are at a place where they no longer have to really, really try to get better. They're not there yet in their own head. When they look at you, regardless of whether or not you're there yet, you seem to be ahead of them. Whether that's miles or inches, you seem to be ahead of them, and that is all that it takes. This person is talking about you very specifically because they're trying to figure out how they can catch up, how they can be on your level. This person wants to get on your level and they don't feel they're there yet. I'm getting for a lot of these people, they might feel like they might never be there because they can't catch up to you. The way that the little prince is sitting on top of that wall there and the snake is literally looking up at him, like they can't catch up to you. Whoever this person is, they feel as though, don't mind my cat, he's trying to walk all over my cards. But whoever this person is, they feel as though they can't reach your level. They definitely feel like you are on a higher level than they are. And they're looking up to you. It's like they're actually looking up to you. Please stay off of my cards. And the Four of Swords. But this person is not, they're telling people who are very close to them. They keep their cards very close to their chest. This is not someone who enjoys looking or sounding weak. And to them, admitting something like they're jealous, admitting something like they have a rival who doesn't even know they exist or know that they're competing with them, too much. That's too much. It's admitting way too much. Again, this is a person who likes to play their cards very close to their chest. They're talking very specifically to a select few amount of people about you, and the things that they're saying are very, very curated. They're not being totally upfront with just how competitive you make them feel. They're trying to play it cool when they talk about you. They're trying to act like they take inspiration from you. I'm getting like they're trying to act like you're just some like cool person who they take inspiration from. They're trying to play it very, very cool because they don't want people to realize just how, I don't want to say jealous, but like that's the word, like just how competitive you make them feel. They feel like you are the goal, and it makes them kind of upset. They want to be the goal. Like they want to be who people look at like that. And frankly, I'm getting that this person is used to being that person. They're used to being the person who people look at and they're jealous of. They want to be where they're at. They want to be on that level. You know what I mean? This person, they're not used to having other people make them feel that way. And it's putting them off their game quite a bit when they think about you. And the Six of Wands, it's because you are you're a winner. There's no other way to put it. You're a winner. This is yet another version of someone look at where the prince is. This is another card where you're identified as the prince and the pilot is looking up to him. Like, this person, they contain multitudes though. I'll give them that. Even with that 5 of Wands energy at the center of their 5-card spread, the 6 of Wands energy indicates that they respect you for your talent. They might hold you to really high standards because they feel like they're competing with you. They might be really jealous and kind of project their jealousy onto you. But this person still very much respects you and very much appreciates your talent and your abilities. You know what I mean? This isn't the kind of person who would ever be jealous of someone who they didn't respect. This isn't the kind of person who would ever have a rival who they didn't at least kind of consider to be their friend. Like, this isn't someone who is unhealthy with this kind of thought process. And don't get me wrong, for some people, having this kind of friendship is impossible. Like, and that's totally fine. Like, I don't know if I could comfortably have a friendship like this. But for other people, competing with your friends is totally normal, and it's a huge compliment, first of all. And it's also a lot of inspiration for them to keep going. Like, they keep their friends who they respect close to them. They keep people who they consider to be good at things close to them because they like to surround themselves with people who they respect. And even though your success brings them jealousy, even though your abilities makes them question themselves sometimes, they still are capable of looking up to you with admiration. They're still capable of taking a whole lot of inspiration from who you are and what you do. You know what I mean? This person, very fire water-esque. This person is very, very complex. We'll leave it at that as far as that kind of thing goes. And we've got the wheel at the bottom of the deck. This could be someone older than you. If this isn't someone older than you, then this is someone who feels like they should be more experienced than you are. And they feel like the wheel is turning away from them. Like, again, they also feel like you have been very naturally blessed, whether it is natural or not, whether you break your back working behind the scenes or not. This person very much feels like there's a certain amount of natural talent that you have that drives them up the wall. Like, if there is one thing about you that does make them actually jealous, it is that. They take a lot of inspiration from your talent. They take a lot of admiration from, or they admire you quite a bit, basically. They take a lot of inspiration from you. They admire you quite a bit. They respect you to the nines. But at the end of the day, the fact that they feel like you don't have to work as hard as they have to work pisses them off. Like, that is their one thing. They feel as though you don't have to work for your talent the way that they have to work for theirs. And more so than anything else, they think that that makes it impossible for them to catch up to you. When they're feeling down bad, when they're feeling like things are not good between themselves and you as far as their, like, opponent goes, they feel like it is unfair that you were naturally gifted at something that they're trying to compete with you over, because it's not, how are you supposed to win? Like, and again, this is someone who, they're either older than you or they feel like they should be better than you at whatever they're competing with you for whatever reason, whatever the reason is. They feel like they should have the upper hand. For some of them, it literally is just that they're used to having the upper hand. They're used to being the best in the room. They're not used to having someone who they look at and they feel jealousy for. You know what I mean? And having you around, it makes them feel like the wheel is turning away from them. It makes them feel like maybe their time has passed. This is not the case. Time is irrelevant for something like talent. You know what I mean? Like, well, time is usually good for something like talent. Time usually helps you perfect your art. But that is what makes them so frustrated about you. They feel like they should have more time. They feel like they should have more experience. And I'm really getting for a lot of you that you don't even know this person. Not like that, not really. Like, I'm getting for a lot of you, this person is someone who you don't know like this. Like, I don't think that you're aware of the fact that this is someone who is, like, actively competing with you. I don't think that a lot of you are aware of the fact that there is someone who's actively competing with you. This person would like to be your friend, though. This is definitely someone who would like to be your friend. I'm getting for a lot of you, this person is not your friend, however, because they're aware of the fact that there's a little bit of unhealthy emotion here. It's not healthy to be jealous of your friends the way that this person's jealous of you. Like, and frankly, I don't know what they would do if they were to find out that you work as hard as they do. Then there's no excuse anymore. Then you just really are, in their eyes, objectively better. And there's no getting around that. You know what I mean? So I think they kind of have been keeping their distance from you specifically because they're afraid to get burnt if they come too close. Alright. What more can we know, please? What more can we know about who is talking about you? Who is talking about you, and what are they saying? This is definitely someone who would consider themselves to be rather down to earth, which I think is part of why you get under their skin so much, or how you make them feel gets under their skin so much is the better way to put it. They like to consider themselves really level-headed. They like to consider themselves someone who can't get worked up and can't be made to feel emotions like jealousy, you know what I mean? But everyone can be made to feel jealous. They're just not used to it. And we've got Pikachu, popular, well-liked, and energetic. This person is used to being the most popular one in the room. Like, with that, and that matches the Leo energy perfectly. This person is used to being the most popular one in the room. This person is used to having people look at them. This person is used to having people admire them. They're just not used to feeling this way about other people. They're just, you are to them what they are usually to other people, and it is very off-putting to them, to say the least. This is someone who is very physically attractive, though. For some of you, this will be someone who is more cute than, like, sexy. But regardless of the type, this is definitely someone who would be considered to be, like, classically, in some way, physically attractive. And we've got drowsy. Good listener, calm presence, unusual talent. Yeah, unusual talent. And it comes up right over the 8 of Pentacles right here. Again, this is someone who's very talented. It's the core of this reading, and frankly, it's the core of who they consider themselves to be as a person. This person identifies very strongly with their own talents. That's why it is putting them so off kilter to meet someone who they consider to be better than they are at those talents. In a lot of ways, you existing, just being better than they are at what they consider to be, like, their thing, is an affront to who they are as a person. Like, they they put so much weight into their own level of talent, and they put so much weight into this thing that they do, or these things that they do. You know what I mean? That meeting someone who is better than they are makes them feel like they have kind of lost touch with themselves. It puts them in this spot where they don't know who they are in a certain way anymore, because they're used to being that guy. They're used to being the best. They're used to being the person who can do the thing. You know what I mean? Meeting another person who can do the thing but better is very, very off-putting for them in a lot of ways. You're forcing them to look at themselves from a new perspective. And in some ways, I'm getting that this person appreciates that. Again, they admire you quite a bit. So in some ways, I'm definitely getting that this person appreciates the perspectives that you're putting on them. But in a lot of ways, they don't, because they weren't looking for new perspective. They didn't go out looking for new perspective. They just found it because they found you. And that can be very frustrating. Having growth forced upon you means that you're not prepared for the growing pains. And this person was not prepared for the growing pains of meeting someone who they considered to be better than themselves. And we've got Hitmonlee, athletic, talented fighter, dedicated trainer. I think I mentioned at the beginning of this that this is somebody who's rather physically fit. Definitely someone who is very, very dedicated to their craft. This person, they think that they think they spend all of this time. They think they spend all of this energy. They think that they've been practicing for so long. They think all of these things surrounding their talent. And it is so unbelievably frustrating for them that they feel like you just don't have to try. And that is what it is. This person, whether that is the truth or not, and no one just doesn't have to try at stuff, especially stuff that you're good at. Like, even someone who is naturally born amazing at something gets better at it with time if they practice. Like, that's how that works. You know what I mean? Like, no one is just naturally born amazing at this one specific thing. But it looks that way, and you can build a person who you don't know up to incredible heights in your head. You know what I mean? And that's what this person has done with you. They've built you and your talent up so high that you are both the goal and also the ceiling. Like, and we've got Voltorb, team player, organized, enjoys routine. They would love to learn from you, though. If this person could suck it up and, like, get themselves in check, if they could make themselves kind of swallow their pride. Because, again, this is not someone who likes being humbled. This is not somebody who likes being humbled. But if they could get themselves together enough to actually approach you to ask, deep down they know that they would really like that. Deep down they know that they would love to have a chance to learn from you if they could only approach you and ask. It is a very complex emotion. This person is a very complex individual. I have no idea whether or not they'll approach you, because I don't think they know whether or not they'll ever approach you. As things stand, they are more than content to watch you from afar and to use you as the bar for how high they need to go. They admire you quite a bit, though. That's never going away. All right, loves, that is what I've got for you. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope it was fun. I hope it was enlightening. I will see you next time. Bye. All right, and we are on pile number 3 with the King of Diamonds. Now, the King of Diamonds is indicative of Taurus energy. So regardless of how this person identifies, they are very luxurious. We're getting second house energy. So someone who likes the finer things in life. And I'm getting someone who's really good with their finances. If not very good with their finances, this is somebody who is like a money attractant. They're very, very fortunate with their finances. This is also someone very down to earth. Yeah. Yeah, the Nine of Cups. This is someone who wishes seem to come true for them. They're a very lucky person. This person comes off as an incredibly lucky person. And that's part of why they're so down to earth. This is someone who can afford to be really happy-go-lucky, very, very down to earth with all the people that they interact with because they're used to things kind of going their way. All right. What more can we know, please? Ooh, the Three of Swords. This is someone who's heartbroken. This is... Ooh, we're already getting X energy. This is definitely someone who's hurting over you right now. And as someone who's used to getting what they want, as a person who's used to things just kind of going their way, I'm getting that they're not dealing very well with the fact that they're hurting over you right now. All right. What more can we know, please? Yeah, the Nine of Swords. This is someone who is very, very anxious over you, too. Like, they've got anxieties over the fact that they're hurting so badly over you right now. For some of you, this is someone who's no contact, someone who's, like, been out of your life for a second. For others of you, this is a fresh argument. Regardless of the length of time this person has been separated from you, however, they are stressing over the fact that I don't think they don't know how to come back from this, is what I'm getting. They're not sure if they can come back from this. Again, this is someone who's kind of used to life going their way. This is someone who's kind of used to getting what they want out of life. So when they don't get what they want, they kind of get stuck. Like, it takes them a second to kind of wiggle their way out of that mental loop, because they're not used to having to work like that for things that they care about and things that they want. It's kind of the spoiled child energy, you know what I mean? Like, they're used to just being handed things, and they're not being handed you right now. So it's making them very, very anxious. They're trying to figure out how the hell they're supposed to fix that. Yeah, the Ace of Cups and the King of Cups. Regardless of how this person identifies, they're coming across as someone very, 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 very in touch with their own emotions. So they're not denying how they feel about you. They're not denying that, like, Ace of Cups, big-hearted feeling for you. This is definitely someone who cares about you. For some of you, this is someone who would say they love you. And that's why they're hurting so badly over you. This is someone who screwed up. Like, there's only so many different ways I can read the energy that's coming through on their end. This is someone who's anxious about everything that happened. They screwed up. They're not sure if they can fix whatever they did. And not being sure whether they can fix it means they're not sure whether or not they'll ever get your energy back. And that has been very, very stressful for this person. All right. What more can we know, please? What more can we know about who is talking about you? Who is talking about you, and what are they saying? All right. I'm getting that this person is talking to anyone who will listen. They're really hurting over you. I'm getting that this person is talking to whoever will listen about their heartbreak moment. They are really seriously hurting over you, and what they're looking for is advice on how to get back into your life. Because I'm definitely getting that this person hasn't given up on getting back into your life yet. Regardless of what kind of relationship you have with them, they are still very much hoping that there's a chance that they can have a spot in your life again. Which is really interesting, honestly, because, again, I'm getting that this person doesn't know whether or not they even deserve it. Like, they're very anxious that they won't get a spot back in your life. They're very anxious that they're permanently cut off. All right. What more can we know, please, about who is talking about you? The cards keep almost popping out of my hand, but none of them keep flipping over. This person's writing and deleting messages. Like, they really want to talk to you. And I'm getting, for some of you, you have them blocked and they know it. Like, this person is trying to figure out the best thing to say, trying to figure out the best moves to make, but they're not sure that there's anything they can say or do to get them back into your life. I'm getting that they've been watching you live a good life. Regardless of how you've been doing lately, this person has been watching you. If they haven't had access to like your social media, or if you're not someone who's like on social media like that, this person has been imagining you living your best life without them, basically. Like, they're convinced that you are doing much better without them, and it's kind of heartbreaking for them because they are not doing better without you. I'm getting, for some of these people, their luck seemed to disappear with you. And that'll happen when you do someone dirty. Like, when you do someone dirty for no reason, then yeah, sometimes your luck gets taken away from you because you were dirty for someone for no reason. Like, it's a punishment. That's how that works. For some of you, that happened to this person. Like, whatever they did to you, whatever happened between the two of you, they're being punished for it, and they know it. What more can we know, please, about who is talking about you? Who is talking about you, and what are they saying? All right, and we've got the Queen of Swords. So that's Libra energy. This is someone very, very good with their words, and also someone very intelligent, the way that she's holding that book right there. This is someone who knows what they're doing and knows what they're saying when they speak. This is someone who's very, very good with their words, is what I'm getting. Not someone who you would want to debate with. Definitely someone who is used to winning arguments, frankly. They're used to winning arguments. I have a feeling that this person was vicious with you, is what they... Regardless of what it was, what's coming across is that this person is rather vicious with their words when they want to be. And I have a feeling that they said some things to you that were not kosher. They said some things to you that were not cool, that they shouldn't have said to you. And now they're wondering how they're supposed to take their words back. And they're realizing that, like, you can't take words back. Words are permanent. There's no taking those back. And so they're having to figure out how exactly they're going to approach you and how exactly they're going to try and make you understand that they want a second chance. And more importantly, they're trying to figure out how to make you give them that second chance. Yeah, this Two of Pentacles, they're willing to give, and like, they're willing to give if it means they can take again, basically. The way that it looks like he's handing, or the way that he's handing him the drawing and the pentacle is right by his hand, and the way that there's another hand by his other hand, or another pentacle by his other hand, as if he's balancing the two of them, right? Traditionally, there's a person balancing the two pentacles. This is someone who is willing to give you something as long as they can take your energy again. They really miss having you in their life. They're willing to give in a little bit as long as it means that they can get you back again. I'm getting that this is not the kind of person who apologizes. This is someone who is typically very, very bad at apologizing. And even the thought of apologizing to them is giving in. That is like compromise to them. Like, them admitting that they were wrong, them giving the apology out, that feels like compromise to them. They're not idiots, however, and they understand that sometimes an apology just isn't enough. Like, there's no other way to put it. Sometimes, depending on what you did, an apology isn't enough. And all the time, it's the person who's being apologized to who gets to decide whether or not it's enough. You know what I mean? And they don't like that. I'm getting that this person doesn't like, they're a little bit of a control freak, especially when it comes to them and their energy and their space, is what I'm getting. And so they don't like the idea of putting all of this in your hands. They're not super comfortable with the idea of putting themselves out there, being vulnerable, doing the thing that they don't want to do, and then not getting back what they want in the end anyway. Like, you can't demand a give and take when you're giving an apology. And they know that. This person's aware of that. So they're trying to figure out the best way to approach you that will give them the highest probability of success, basically. And the Page of Pentacles. Now, specifically, the Page of Pentacles is the hardest working of all the pentacles, or the hardest working of all the pages, the most diligent working of all the pages. This is someone who, on their surface, very much wants to be someone who, again, they want to give you something. They want to believe that they're the kind of person who will give you something in exchange for getting your energy back. They want to believe that they're the kind of person who can work for that forgiveness. This Page of Pentacles is depicted by the conceited man out of the book The Little Prince. It looks like he's handing you that hat. What he's really doing is tipping his hat to you to thank you for complimenting him. That's the actual story. Like, and it's at the exact center of their 5-card spread. This is someone who, it's all about the give and take with them. We're getting second house energy. This person knows what they want out of life. They know what they value. They know what they want. And they know what they want specifically from you as well. Like, it's very difficult for me to be on this person's side because they're coming off as someone who is a little bit slimy, frankly. An apology should be an apology. It should be you telling someone that you're sorry because you are genuinely sorry for what you did. It should not be a token that you use to give to somebody else so they can give you something back. Like, that's a bad way to do apologies. And that's the energy that's coming through here. This person wants your energy back. They want you back in their life. And they are convincing themselves that they're willing to do that work as long as they get you back in their life. And it's not that it's a bad thing. It's not that it's negative that they want you back in their life and that they are willing to work for it. It's just that I'm not sure if this person is capable of actually working for it. They have convinced themselves they are, but there's still this energy of give and take that makes it impossible to read this as an apology. They know they screwed up. They know they have to fix things. But if you're looking for a way out of apologizing to do it, then the Three of Swords. But ultimately, this person is heartbroken over you. They are very, very hurt over having lost you. And it sucks because they might not be the most humble person. They might not be the most magnanimous person. But you don't have to be an objectively great person to care about someone. You know what I mean? And this person really cares about you. They might not care about you in a way that is super healthy for you. They might not care about you in a way that is super useful to you, but they do really care about you. And they are really hurting over the fact that you are no longer in their life. And again, I'm getting, even if they can't see you, even if they have no access to you, they're assuming that your life is better without them. They're having horrible, horrible thoughts about the fact that you are doing so much better without them, that you don't need them, that you never needed them. Like, this person is going through really very, very intense thought spirals, trying to figure out how to approach you. And again, they're talking to anyone who will listen to them at this point. They really want advice. They really want something, some sort of idea, because I'm getting that they're out of ideas. This person is not the kind of person who apologizes. They're not the kind of person who goes backwards, because I'm definitely seeing this person as someone who thinks that fixing relationships is like a backwards move. If someone decides that they're out of your life, they're out of your life. It's on to the next. But unlike business as usual for this person, they don't want to move on to the next. They don't want you out of their life. I'm getting that they did not want you out of their life to begin with. It was likely your choice to leave their life because they did something inappropriate. And that feels like loss to them. It feels like a tragic, tragic loss to them. They want you back. They just don't know how to do that. And who they're talking to is anyone who will listen. And what they're talking to them about is how to get you back. And we've got the Four of Swords. The Three of Swords to the Four of Swords, this person thinks that there's hope. They definitely think that there's hope. I'm not sure if that hope comes from the fact that this is a very confident person, because at their core, they are very confident. Regardless of the fact that they're not sure how to approach you and they're not totally confident that you'll take them back, this is someone who has a lot of confidence. That's why they're even bothering to try and get back into your life, because they do genuinely feel like there might be a shot, like they might be able to do it correctly if they just do it exactly right. The Four of Swords also indicates that they've been dreaming about you a lot. You've been on this person's mind in their dreams, like you're taking up space completely rent-free in their head. They can't get away from the thought of you, no matter how they try. For them, it is super unfortunate. I'm getting that they have tried to get away from you. The way that the fox is hiding from the hunter there, like I'm getting that they tried to get away from your thoughts. They tried to get away from your memory. They literally just cannot. You have been so heavily on their mind that they cannot get away from the thought of you. And the Four of Wands, it's because they have really happy memories with you. This person really cares about you. They have some really great memories with you, and they're not willing to let those go. This person who's usually so good at moving on, this person who's usually so comfortable moving past people and things, they're not comfortable with that with you. They don't want to leave you behind. They have too many good memories with you. You brought them a happy home, regardless of whether or not that's literally or figuratively, because some of you really did live with these people. But some of you just felt like they're home. You made them feel at home. You made them feel comfortable. You made them feel taken care of. And they burnt you. And they want that back. They want that feeling back. When they think of you, they still get really happy. When they think of your memories, they still feel warm inside. Like, there are memories that they refuse to let go of, even though you make them sad. The thought of you might make them sad, but they have so many amazing memories with you that, like, they can't let that go. I'm getting there are people in their life who are sick and tired of hearing your name. There are people in their lives who are so done with this problem. People who have told them, like, you're the one that screwed up. I don't know what you want from anyone. Like, it's your fault that this person is no longer in your life. But they can't help it. They can't help it. Anyone who will listen. Anyone who will listen. They'll talk to you, about your memories, about what the hell they're supposed to do to get you back. Like, anyone who will listen. All right. What more can I know, please? About who is talking to you. About you. It's still happening where my cards keep like popping out of my hand, but they're not flipping over. They just keep popping out and landing face down. This person has been writing and deleting messages nonstop. If they have your number, if they have your social media, if they have any way of getting in contact with you, this person has been writing and deleting messages like no one's business, because they're not sure what they're supposed to say, but they know that they want to talk to you. All right. What more can we know, please? All right. All right, and we've got Ditto. Adaptable, easygoing, and friendly. Yeah, this is definitely someone who's usually very, very good with other people. This came out right over the Libra card as well. Someone who's usually very graceful, usually very, very good with their relationships, really good at handling other people. I'm getting that this is usually someone who's fairly good at reading other people too. Like, they usually don't have issues with things like trying to get back into somebody else's life. They're usually really, really good at reading other people. And I'm getting that they might be so nervous about you because what they're reading off of you is that you won't give them a second chance. For some of you, this is someone who you have already told no. Like, this is someone who you've already been like, no, stop contacting me. Don't call me again. I do not care. Leave me the hell alone. They just won't leave you alone because they can't. As far as they're concerned, they cannot. They are still so massively attached to your energy. They're still so massively attached to your memories. They literally just cannot. And we've got Snorlax. Lazy and can be selfish. I don't know about lazy. This person seems like a very hard worker. But can be selfish? Definitely selfish. This is a very selfish person. And the thing is, right? Selfish isn't always a bad thing. Like, we all have to put ourselves first sometimes, right? Like, that's normal. That's life. We all have to be a little bit selfish sometimes if we ever hope to accomplish anything for ourselves. But obviously, being selfish in general as a personality trait kind of sucks for all the people around you. It doesn't matter how healthy it can be sometimes. If you're constantly putting yourself ahead of other people, then why should people stay in your life? Like, why should people give you the time of day? And I'm definitely getting that that is this person. This person is very bad at not being selfish. They're very bad at being selfless, basically. They like what they like. They want what they want. And they're not willing to let go of either of those things. That's why they're not willing to let go of you. That's why they won't let go of your memory. That's why they won't let go of your energy. They refuse to let go of you because they are incapable of letting go of things that they want. And we've got Vulpix. Beautiful, well-groomed, self-motivated. Definitely someone who is conventionally attractive. This came out right over the conceited man. Definitely someone who's very conventionally attractive and who is aware of it. Someone who is attractive and damn well knows that they are attractive. They don't have any problem admitting that they are a little bit of a heartbreaker. Which is why they're so stuck on you, man. Like, that's why they can't get past you. They're not used to being the one who has their heart broken, is what it boils down to. They are very much used to being the one to break hearts. They're used to being the one to end things with other people, friendships, relationships, anything. Like, this person is used to being the one to end the stuff. They are not used to being the heartbroken one, the one who wants the person back, the one who has to think about things like apologies. You know what I mean? And we've got Articuno, rare, unique, and regal. This person thinks very highly of themselves. Very highly of themselves. On the other end of that, though, it means that they think very highly of you as well. This is definitely the kind of person who would never be stuck on someone who they didn't think was worth it. They think that you are the top of the pack. They think that you have everything that they want in a human being. And that's why they are so stuck on you. That's why they can't move past you. And I am getting that this person cannot move past you. I'm getting that they've tried. Regardless of what kind of relationship that you had, they have tried to move on from you, and they can't. They can't find anyone to replace you. They can't find anyone to replace your energy, and they never will. Everyone is unique. Everyone has stuff to offer. And as long as they are pining after you, no one in their life will be good enough. They will spend all of their time comparing everyone in their life to you, and no one will ever measure up, because no one will ever be you. Expect communication from this person eventually, though. I'm not sure when, but all of those writing, deleting messages, all of this energy of being so attached to you, expect communication from this person eventually. They are not done with you yet. All right, loves, that is what I've got for you. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope it was fun. I hope it was enlightening. I will see you next time. Bye. All right, last but certainly not least, we are on pile number 4 with the King of Hearts. Now, the King of Hearts is indicative of Scorpio energy. So we're looking at someone very, very magnetic. I'm getting someone with alternative style as well, someone who goes a little bit against the grain, who would consider themselves a little bit of a rebel. Also someone artistic. This is someone who, if they themselves are not an artist, they appreciate the finer things in life. They appreciate the beautiful things in life, rather. I'm also getting someone talented. This is someone who has some kind of... Most of these people are going to be artists of some sort. This is definitely really heavy artist energy. Whether that's with music, with paint, with pencil, with anything. Like... This is definitely someone who would describe themselves as having multitudes. I'm getting a very complex energy. Almost tortured artist vibes. Someone very, very deep. For most of you, this is going to be someone who would consider themselves to be like philosophical. Even the people who wouldn't consider themselves to be philosophical, I'm getting, they have really, really poignant life views. Like, they don't mind sharing what they think about life. They don't mind sharing what their point of views on important things are. Alright. What more can we know, please? About who is talking about you. Yeah, definitely someone who, when they speak, the things that they say matter. Like, they're not someone who talks without meaning. They're not someone who says things that they don't mean. Definitely someone who their words matter to them. What they say matters to them. A promise keeper. That's where I was getting at. Someone who keeps their promises. Someone who, when they say they'll do something, they will do it. When they say they think something, they absolutely mean it. I'm getting that this person can be rather blunt. They can come off as a little bit rough around the edges sometimes, but I am getting a very big heart. Very, very bad boy, bad girl with a heart of gold. Bad person with a heart of gold. And we've got the 9 of Swords. This is someone who might have... I am no one. I feel like I have to say this every time I say something like this. I am nobody. I'm just some guy on the internet. But this person comes off, their energy comes off as someone who might have issues with like anxiety or depression. Someone who might deal with some rather serious mental health issues. And relies on you for them. I'm getting the way that the prince is going up to him right there and trying to comfort the drunkard. I'm getting that this person thinks very highly of you because you are someone who comforts them. Whether you do that on purpose or not, you are someone who offers them a lot of comfort, and they think very, very, very highly of you because of it. That is what they're saying about you. They're talking very, very highly about you to the people around them because they find a lot of comfort in you. For some of you, this is someone who you don't know even. Like, if you are an influencer of any kind, if you're someone who has been through a very rough time in your life yourself, or you face mental health problems yourself and you talk about that, you're open about that, whether that's online or in person, this might be someone who listens to you. This might be someone who has heard or read what you have to say, and they find a lot of comfort in what you say. They find a lot of comfort in the story that you have and who you are as a person. The 5 of Swords. This is someone who's been through quite a bit, and not just been through quite a bit. This is someone who I'm getting, again, can be rather rough around the edges. Like, I don't think that they do it on purpose. I don't think that this person is like this on purpose, but I think that they can be a little bit argumentative. Like, again, I think that they have very specific life views. I think that they have very specific things that they care about, and they don't mind talking about those things. In fact, they really like talking about those things. They really like getting their thoughts out. It doesn't matter to them if they're argumentative. It doesn't matter to them if other people agree with them or not. This is the kind of person who they will say what they're thinking, whether that is confrontational or not. And they'll say it exactly how they're thinking it, whether that is overly blunt or not. This person is not afraid to say what they're thinking. I am getting, however, that that can be part of what puts them in a little bit of a spiral. It can be very, very exhausting constantly arguing with people. It can be very, very exhausting constantly having people tell you that you aren't a good person or whatever. You know what I mean? And I'm getting that they sometimes have to deal with that. They sometimes have to deal with the weight of what being the kind of person that they are really means. You know what I mean? And we've got the King of Swords. Definitely someone who is rather unorthodox in how they behave, rather eccentric in their style. The King of Swords is indicative of Aquarius energy. A little bit eccentric, a little bit out of the ordinary. Definitely someone who likes to think outside of the box. Definitely someone who thinks big picture energy, right? Sorry about that. That was a phone call I had to take. Anyway, yes, Aquarius energy. This is someone rather eccentric. This is someone who thinks outside of the box and someone who considers themselves to be someone who looks at the big picture. Like, they don't like to get caught up in the little details, and they don't like being, they don't like having the little details like forced up either. Like, this isn't someone who likes to nitpick. When they talk about what they believe in, they have all the arguments down pat already. Like, they're not looking for people who are trying to like straw man their arguments or anything like that. This is someone who's very intelligent and very on top of what they believe in. And they can't be dissuaded, they can't be moved. They are very well educated and they know what they're talking about. This person also considers you to be very well educated. They respect you. This person respects you quite a bit. They find, again, a lot of comfort in who you are and what your story is, whether they know you personally or not. And we've got the Six of Cups. Yeah, there's something very, very comforting about your energy. For some of you, this is someone who you have known for a very long time. I'm getting, though, that this isn't someone who you're, like, exceptionally close to. If you've known them for a long time, you, like, literally have known them for a long time. You guys haven't been, like, very good friends. You've just known them since you were, like, kids or from a time that you were in a very formative time in your life. You know what I mean? Like, for some of you, this is definitely someone who they have memories with you. They have really good memories with you. The Six of Cups is about the past, right? In a lot of ways, the Six of Cups is about childhood. It's about fairy tales. This person finds comfort in you in a very, very childish way. And I mean that in the best way possible, right? This is someone who considers themselves to be a very grown up person. This is someone who likes to debate, we'll say, very grown up topics. Someone who has very, very specific, what they would consider to be important opinions on things. This is someone who considers themselves to be a grown up, capital G, capital U, and they find comfort in you that is very ungrown up. They find their ability to be vulnerable when they think about you. Like, and I'm getting that it's because you inspire them. You yourself are rather vulnerable. What you do, how you live your life, they find it to be extremely inspirational. They take a lot of inspiration off of that. And the Nine of Wands. Yeah, but this is definitely someone who is not very close to you. For some of you, this is someone who you don't really know. This is like an acquaintance, someone who's just like been on the outskirts of your peripheral, someone who follows you on social media, who you might follow back, but like you don't really know them all that well. This is someone who watches you from afar, the way that he's watching the rose in the sky from afar. Definitely someone who they'd be comfortable they'd be comfortable watching you and taking inspiration from you permanently, basically. Like, this person might never approach you. This person might never actually talk to you or ever tell you just how much comfort they find from you. But they find so much comfort from you and your story. I'm getting, like, again, fairy tale. I'm getting, like, almost bedtime story. Like, you comfort them in a way that usually they wouldn't admit that they need comfort for, basically. It started off with the 9 of Swords and the literal drunkard. Like, this is someone who, they can cope with their problems and their insecurities in very, very unhealthy ways. And when they think of you, when they think of your story, when they think of who you are, you encourage them to find comfort in healthy ways. You are a healthy way that they find comfort, as opposed to, like, drinking or dangerous activities or smoking or, like, any of the other things that aren't necessarily bad things to do, you know what I mean? But when you do them in excess, specifically because you're running away from your own thoughts, it can easily turn into something very bad. This person has those kinds of tendencies. They have the tendency towards self-destruction. You encourage them not to do that. You encourage them to care about themselves, to care for themselves. All right, what more can we know, please, about who this person is? Who is talking about you? The 2 of Wands. The 2 of Wands and the 9 of Wands. Both of them involve watching from afar. This is definitely someone who has been watching you, has been separated from you. They don't know you personally. Not very well. If they do know you personally, it's not like a strong friendship or anything like that. It's like a long-standing acquaintanceship more than anything. And if you feel like you know this person well, you do not know this person as well as they want to know you. This person feels like they are not in your inner circle. This person feels like they don't have the privilege of being that close to you, but they would genuinely love to be that close to you. You're literally coming across as the little prince. Like, it's very interesting. This person sees you in incredibly high regard. They hold you in incredibly high regard. All right. What more can we know, please, about who is talking about you? Who is talking about you, and what are they saying? All right, and we've got the 3 of Wands. You encourage them to take care of themselves. Like, we're going from the drunkard who is drinking away his problems, basically. That is what happens in the book. He's drinking to escape from his shame. This is the little prince literally taking care of his home. The other end of that. You encourage this person to take care of themselves. You encourage this person to do the healthy thing. Even the way that this card is dark and dreary as opposed to the light and the sun that comes through in this card. You encourage them to live a better life, I'm getting. I'm hearing you encourage them to be a better person. Like, you encourage this person so much in so many different ways and so many different avenues of their life. That's why they're talking about you. They're talking about you right now to people who they care about, people who they are close to, and they're explaining that you are someone who they take so much inspiration from. You are someone who is encouraging them to be a better person. For some of these people, the reason why they're talking to other people about you right now is because other people have noticed that they're changing. Other people have noticed that, like, different things are coming through. They're acting different. They're not as self-destructive as they were before. It's because they've found inspiration in you and in how you live your life. the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles comes out right under the Five of Swords. Look at how happy he is by himself, not fighting anyone. You encourage this person to take care of themselves, ultimately. You encourage this person to put themselves first. Because I'm getting that it's not that this person doesn't put themselves first, it's that this person usually puts their arguments first. They usually put their opinions first. They usually put who they are as a person because they consider themselves to be their opinions and what they believe in. They usually put that ahead of anything else. You encourage this person to be happy. Like, there's nothing wrong with believing in things. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything, right? But constantly arguing, constantly fighting, that's how burnout happens. You encourage this person to really take care of themselves. Traditionally, the Nine of Pentacles depicts a woman who is alone in her garden, her lush, plush garden with her little bird, enjoying her life. You encourage this person to tend their own garden, to really take care of themselves in a way that they usually don't. They are used to putting themselves off. They're used to making their physical health, their mental health, the second thing. You know what I mean? You encourage them to make that first priority. And the Empress. Tend your garden. Look at the garden that she's growing. Tend your garden. You encourage this person to bloom, to blossom. They also, regardless of how this person identifies, regardless of how you identify, a king with the Empress coming out right next to each other like this person feels like you would be the ideal partner. They have a little bit of a crush on you, but I don't think that was going to be avoidable. This person really, really likes you. They really admire everything that you have going on. And that has evolved into a little bit of a crush. They like you. They think that you'd be the ideal partner, especially since you're already who you are, just how you are to them. Like, you're not even their friend, you're not even anyone close to them, and you already matter so much. Like, you already have such an impact on them. You know what I mean? It is mind-boggling to them to think about what it would be like to have you as a partner, what it would be like to have like a relationship with you. You know what I mean? And we've got the Three of Pentacles. Now, this is really sweet. In this card, you identify as the prince. You are giving him the pilot, regardless of how anyone identifies. You're coming through as the prince, and the prince is giving the pilot a drawing here, right? The prince is offering the pilot something. The same way that this person takes, like, whether you're offering it to them or not, this person takes a lot of comfort from you, regardless of how. They take a whole lot of comfort from you. The Three of Pentacles depicts someone drawing something, a different image, to give back. Like, this person wants to give back to you. They feel like they've taken a lot from you. They feel like they've taken so much comfort from you, so much growth from you. They would really love to give that energy back to you, is what I'm getting. I don't think that they know how, because again, I'm not sure if this person will ever reach out to you themselves. As it stands, they're just kind of a secret admirer. They're admiring you from the wings. They're a fan. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if they'll ever actually reach out to you themselves, but they would like to. They would really, really like to have some kind of relationship with you, even if it was just platonic, even if it was just something super simple. This person would really like to have some kind of relationship going with you. And they would really love to be able to give back to you the way that you have given to them. And the Ace of Hearts. They've got a crush on you. It's really sweet. They've got a little bit of a crush on you. They're watching you from afar. Like, even here you are coming through as the rose in the sky. Like, they are watching you from afar. And the Ace of Cups is about new love. They're watching you and they're developing all these feelings for you from afar. It's very, I will say that it feels very healthy. I don't think that this person is idealizing you past what they know about you. And I don't think that this person is putting you on a, I don't think that this person is putting you on some kind of pedestal that is obsessive or unhealthy in that way, or like toxic. They're very aware of the fact that they don't really know you. And they're very aware of the fact that there's a lot of distance between the two of you. And they're also very aware of the fact that what they're feeling is just developing. Like, it just keeps developing. They can't help it. It's very, very natural. They look up to you. They admire you a ton. They've already got a little bit of a crush on you. The longer that they focus on you, the longer that they take inspiration and comfort from you, the more that that crush kind of grows. They can't help it. You're awesome. And the Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. The Knight of Cups is the most romantic of all the knights. And look at how he's holding out that cup. This person wants to offer you, I'm getting offer you the world. Like, if this person could, they would give you the world. I'm definitely getting that this person thinks that you deserve the world. What more can we know, please? What more can we know, please, about who is talking about you? Who is talking about you, and what are they saying? This person journals about you. The way that he's writing there, and the way that he's lying down, you can tell that he's lying down. He's drawing on the ground. You can almost see his feet kicked up in the back. This person journals about you. They're an artist. I feel like I mentioned this in the beginning. They've got a very artistic soul. Someone very, very artistically minded. Right, and we've got Ponyta, quick learner, quick thinker, quick on the feet. Yeah, definitely someone who's used to being ahead of the game. Again, and I'm getting quick mouth. This all started because this person really, they're very good at fighting for what they believe in, basically. This person is quick to the draw when it comes to stuff like that. They're a very, very fast thinker, too. This is someone very clever. Definitely someone very, very clever. Onyx, gentle giant, surprisingly friendly and good with kids. So Onyx is also, they get smoother. Like, all the rock Pokemon get smoother as they get older. They're literally rough around the edges and they smooth out as they get older. This person, if they're not younger than you, they just see you as so much more mature than they are. Like, they're either literally younger than you, or they just feel wildly immature in comparison to you. Like, they are, I'm getting bad boy, bad girl with like a heart of gold. Bad person with a heart of gold? Regardless of how you identify. Definitely heart of gold energy here, right? And they come off as very, very rough around the edges. This person, and I'm getting that this person kind of likes coming off as rough around the edges. They're a very alternative person. They've got a very, very alternative soul. For most of these people, they've got very alternative style as well. They don't mind being seen as like the big scary person, is what I'm getting. Like, they don't mind being seen as the argumentative person. They don't mind being seen as the angry person even. But it gets to wear on them, is what I'm getting. Like, Onyx came out right over the Five of Swords. Like, it's something that does weigh on them after a while, is what I'm getting. This feeling that everyone thinks that they're just argumentative. Everyone thinks that they're just a little bit of a beast when it comes to things. You know what I mean? I'm getting heavy-handed. This person can be very heavy-handed with how they talk, with how they interact with other people. It's not necessarily their fault, but they can be very rough around the edges, basically. And we've got Snorlax. Loves food, easy to get along with, down to earth. I'm getting down to earth. Ultimately, this person, they don't mean to be so argumentative. I'm getting that, like, they are because they really believe in things, but that is why they're argumentative. They're argumentative because they have so much, like, they have so much passion for the things that they believe in. They like being more down to earth. They like to see themselves as someone who is a little bit more calm, as someone who can get along with other people. And I am getting that, like, for the most part, this person does get along with other people as long as he's not he. Regardless of how this person identifies, they're very, very extroverted. That much has already been made clear. Um, but that completely threw me off. Regardless of how this person identifies, they're extremely extroverted. But it doesn't mean that they like being so argumentative. I'm getting that they don't mind it. I'm getting that they're definitely not going to change. But I don't think that they like being seen all the time as so incredibly argumentative, even if it works out for them. At the very, very least, at the very, very least, this person wants you to see them as a softer person. And I am getting softer. Like, they might not mind other people seeing them as someone who's argumentative, but when they think about, like, you, when they think about meeting you, when they think about getting to know you, I think their argumentative side makes them a little bit nervous. Like, that's part of why this person hasn't approached you, might never approach you, because they are very nervous as to how you will see them or how they'll come off to you. And we've got Voltorb, team player, organized, and enjoys routine. Team player comes out. This person would really love to get to know you. I'm getting that they would really love to get to know how you manage to be such a sweet person while also standing on your values, because there's no way that this person would like you so much if you weren't someone who stands on your values. You're definitely someone who is very, very true to yourself and authentic. And I'm getting that this person wants to learn how you manage to be so authentic without coming off as prickly. They want to be more like you. This person's got a very big crush on you, and ultimately it's because they really, really want to be more like you. All right, loves, that is what I've got for you. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope it was fun. I hope it was enlightening. I will see you next time. Bye.